Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we currently are almost to 3,000 population. But I do want to rework this road over here. The main problem with it, of course, is the water pumping station is currently here. I think we'll probably move that to be up over here. For the time being, how much does it cost to relocate? 6,500. Okay, I'm going to move it over here. This is a very temporary position for it. And then we're going to remove these couple of sections of road here, like so. And then I'm going to remove this entire road over here, which is currently Chester Avenue. And we're going to do some of that too, just to get this a little out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to grab our avenue here, and I want to try out the simple curve tool. So, we need to move our sewage pipe as well here. Where's that drain pipe at? It's here, and that's up over here. Okay, that should be fine for the moment. I'm not too concerned about that. We need to decide how far away we want this to be. I'm thinking somewhere around here. Okay, so this works basically like the curve tool in City Skylines 1. I gotcha. So we would just have this come on up something like that, and then this guy would curve over. Actually, I kind of want this to go out straight here, and then just kind of curve in like so. So then this one would then come up here, and then would curve up this direction-ish. I feel like this is getting a little too close to the river over here. I'm going to take those back. This section over here is maybe a little bit problematic, but I think for the time being, it'll do. And I want this to then come up to about here, and then it will curve up like so. And then this needs to curve in a little further before it comes out and then goes about like that. So I don't like what we've got going on right here. That curve, I don't love. So I'm going to take those back, and we're going to try this again. Let's see how this goes if we do something more along the lines of that. It's better. We don't keep a very consistent distance from the river here, but we also don't really affect the river line too much, although I do think we should back off a little bit up over here. So that would end up being something more along the lines of that. That's better. Okay. Yep, that's definitely an improvement. We'll call that good. Now, over here, this is an avenue here. We did not put in a roundabout due to the high school here. So we know that this doesn't need to go all that far over. Right. So this would connect directly in over here. This is going to be mildly awkward here because it's going to be 86 degrees or 91, but that slope too steep. Okay, it's going to... Actually, I want this to be a straight line to him. So it's got to be like that. Okay, that immediately becomes a pretty complex intersection. Okay, sure, this would do, but it's awkward. No doubt about that. So that's fine for the time being. I want to bring this directly in here. Things are possibly going to be awkward here as well, but that's not too bad, actually. So then this guy would come straight on in like 92 degrees or 88 degrees. What do we want to do? Let's try bringing this one down and see what happens here. That's 90 right there. So we'll do that for the moment. And then we bring this guy in right here. Technically, that's 85. This would be 90. Like that. I guess that kind of works. I mean, the shadows are a bit of a problem. Oh, that's due to the retaining wall. I see. There's definitely a pretty big retaining wall there. No doubt about that. Okay, that does function. It's kind of awkward that this retaining wall just kind of stops here, but yeah, I don't hate that. That kind of works. So let's move this guy on over as well. I want to bring it in straight like so. And then this one could get a little bit awkward here. Yeah, let's bring this straight down. 90 degrees there. And then this one would want to come in here, like that. So this is a very similar situation to what we have going on up here, but it is a viable one. That is workable. So then this would be an avenue here that would go straight on out like so. That's 82 degrees, 88 degrees. That's 90 right there. And then this would become a small roundabout in theory. And then we'd need to get the sewage pipe connected correctly. So let's hop over into sewage mode here. Let's back off this pipe. There we go. And let's reconnect that pipe right on up over here. There we go. Now I want to move this pumping station back up over here. And that would actually just connect directly in. We don't have to make any changes up here whatsoever. That seems perfect. So that'll do. That'll definitely do. Of course, we're going to have to actually put in our connection up over here. So that's fine. Let's put in our avenue connection right there. Actually, I don't like how steep this became. It allowed me to build it, but I feel like it shouldn't have. More specifically, what I want to do is I want to just connect it in from back here so that the grade is significantly more gradual. So that's 177, 179. There we go. This is the correct angling right here. And now we can see that grade is definitely more gradual. That is definitely preferred. Fantastic. Let's put in our roundabout there. Okay, now as far as this road situation goes, things are going to be kind of interesting. We need to get one section of road set up here, so that'll be here and then here. And then we're going to have to bring this out. Of course, due to the river, things are going to get a little bit spicy here. We'll see how it goes. Does this connect directly into the avenue? I suspect so. It does. So it would connect right there. Okay, perfect. So now we would bring this down on a 90-degree connection. So right there. And then we would bring this one down to right here, in theory. Now, this is an awkward situation here. Do we bring this avenue directly over here? Triple roundabout. What could go wrong? I'm sure this will be fine. Okay, that's actually an invalid shape. It's not letting us do that for the time being. This might be fine-ish. This is definitely a very awkward situation here. No doubt about that. Maybe we should merge all of these together into one larger roundabout. That is definitely an option here. And if we were to do that, how would we go about it? We would need all three of these to meet at one point, right? So this would connect out this direction. And this would just go in like this. And the question needs to be asked, does this even need a roundabout? Possibly not. Let's remove this roundabout from here for now. And I want to think about how we want to connect these up. That's going to be an interesting question indeed. So currently, we could see that they would connect approximately here, right? So I want to make sure that this is... Yeah, they would end up connecting here-ish. So this would go here. I don't actually want this to be on the curve tool. This would go here. This would go directly in here. And then this would go directly in here. And we have the same shape as we did previously. But what if we were to get rid of that? And then we put in our roundabout down over here. We could go for a larger roundabout if we wanted to, but I'm going to go for a small roundabout there. And then we take just a regular size street here. Maybe. I kind of don't like it. to be honest. I don't like the way that that's working out. So we come in here. It now is allowing us to do this. I guess. I don't think this is a good solution. I want to be clear about that. We will likely change this solution in the future. It's non-great. Non-great indeed. But it does work for now. So for now, it's okay. Let's just proceed along. That slope too steep. Intriguing. What if we go this direction? That's also slope too steep. That is probably because this starts cutting into the ground here. Likely. So let's think about backing off of this. Connecting this guy straight over this way. Like that. Then we connect this in here. There we go. Problem solved. No issue whatsoever. Fantastic. And then we get these roads built in, no problem. Oh, we needed to connect these out over here. Yeah, that would definitely help. So one there, and one awkward road. It's 91 degrees. I saw a 90 there. Okay, there we go. One awkward road here with literally nothing in there, but I mean, sometimes the river just messes up our grid flow, right? That's to be expected. We're not surprised about this at all. So I'm cranking up our speed here. What is this? Is that a plane shadow? Is that this plane's shadow? I don't know about that. One of these things is significantly blobbier than the others. It's supposed to be this plane's shadow, but that's very blobby. No doubt about that. Cool. Data is showing that people have become dying more than usual. The reason might be an increase in road accidents, or it may... Okay, hang on. People in this city are getting sick. Okay, so apparently there's a healthcare issue. Let's take a look at that. What do we got going on here? 12 employees. We've got 3 out of 100 patients. 0 out of 5 vehicles in use. Uh-huh. Well, that's intriguing. We could build another medical clinic out over, like, this way-ish. We definitely could do that. And it might not be a bad idea, too. It doesn't look like we really need more, but we'll put it in just to be on the safe side. Sure. So that's fine for the moment. We're definitely seeing a decent amount of residential demand at this moment. To that end, I want to put in some low-density housing here. Now, there's no high-density residential demand. Okay, so there is a different slider for each density. Gotcha. So let's put in some low-density housing over here, right where the pollution is. I'm sure everyone will love living here. The pollution is a wonderful place to be. And let's also put in a little bit of low-density housing over here. Perfect. So that'll do for now. This is an abandoned building up over here. Yeah, that's not shocking given our residential demand right now. They don't want to live near industrial areas. I mean, yeah. The pollution here will eventually clean up, I think. Waiting for a hearse over here. So we might want... We've been seeing that for a while now. Although we've only got 1 vehicle in use for a crematorium. Are we hitting traffic issues? Is that what this actually is? The ground is getting polluted. Yes, that's to be expected. Where is our pollution view? It would look like this, presumably. This one. Gotcha. So yeah, there's some pollution over here. Most of the pollution is up this way, which is exactly what we expect. We're going to be keeping this pollution mostly together. This pollution down over here will go away eventually, I think. It's definitely been shrinking, right? Yeah, we've got surrounding ground pollution there. The question is, do we have anything that can clean up the pollution more quickly than its natural cleanup? I don't know if we do, to be honest. As far as I know, we don't really have a way to do that as of right now. We've We've got our garbage management here. Yeah. I don't think there's a way to do that. I think it just needs to naturally go away. So we'll just have to let that happen. The ground pollution in this area was known that it was going to be a problem. Okay, so we unlocked the Vertigo Square. Sure. This is another hearse issue over here. Now, I wouldn't expect there to be a significant hearse issue here when we consider the crematorium is right here. There are 2 vehicles in use right now. You are currently gathering, so I'm guessing you're heading directly here. Yes. Okay, as expected. So that seems reasonably fine. Right, they do want more residential. So let's get some low-density residential housing over here. We do know there's some demand for it. So we'll get some, like, shorefront property going on over here. That'll be fine. The smog is just unbearable. Somebody should really deal with all this air pollution. I'm pretty sure they're still talking about this. Almost certainly. So there's ground pollution here. The question is there anything we can do to deal with this ground pollution? We can see that it basically all exists right over here, and it should be shrinking slowly over time. In theory. But I'm not sure that there's a whole lot we can do about it, to be honest. I'm appalled at how healthcare is run in this city. You never know if you're going to get treatment or not. Well, I mean, we've got 1 patient here, and we've got 4 patients here. We have capacity of 200. So, it should be fine. Yeah, the city is noisy. That is definitely true. We did just, however, tick up into high happiness here, so that's absolutely great. Yeah, there is -1 from high taxes. Until we start turning a profit, though, we're certainly going to have to continue to keep our taxes where they're at. We can start dialing them back a little later on. But for now, this is definitely, I think, a necessary thing. Yeah, they're still complaining about the pollution over here. It should get fixed, in theory. There's not a ton of demand right now. I'm pretty sure this healthcare complaint is still to do with the ground pollution. That said, we've got this medical clinic right here. Is it lacking its pharmaceuticals? No, I don't think so. Let's take a look at our traffic map and see what we have going on with that. Okay, so it looks like the primary traffic flow is up here on Mulberry Street. And also on Evergreen Street, which does make some sense. I want to take a look at some of these intersections, though. No problem. I don't see any traffic backups. So it all looks reasonably good for now. I'm not too concerned about this traffic at this moment. So that's okay. We're definitely seeing some abandoned structures out over here. We can get rid of those. People can build those right on back up. Phenomenal. We do have some demand for low-density housing, a tiny amount of demand for medium-density housing. So we'll put a little bit of that in. There we go. Cool. And yeah, these guys, they're going to be very concerned about the pollution here. The pollution is improving over time. There's no source of pollution here. Oh yeah, we can definitely see that that's shrunk. No doubt about that. So that's good. It will continue to improve eventually. I'm not sure how often that updates, though. So that's definitely something that we will need to eventually get done. What is our current stored garbage here? Okay. So we're not having any garbage issues at this moment. The Villa City is available, sure. And the small coal power plant is at 64% capacity at this moment. Okay. It doesn't feel safe going out at night with all the crime around. Can we get more police? We could look into that. We could definitely look into that. So what do we have going on with our crime here? We only have the 1 police station, and it's all the way up here. It looks like the crime issues... Average crime probability is currently 5%. So a police station down here would not be a terrible concept. We could certainly put one in, like, over... This would need to be moved slightly due to the roundabout, but down over here-ish. So that one would be responsible for policing this area, with this one being responsible for policing up here, would be the idea. We could do the same with fire if we feel like it's necessary. I'm not sure how necessary it is, but it may not be a bad idea to slot in a firehouse right over here. So we'll do that for now, too. It's pretty expensive, but it's probably worth it. Okay, let's get that abandoned structure removed. So we're currently losing a fair amount because of these increased high-cost areas, like the police station and the firehouse. That's not shocking to me, that we are currently losing a fair amount per hour. We were getting close to profitability, but expanding those are expensive. Plenty of open jobs in the industry sector, no doubt about that. What is this? High rent. They're having trouble paying the rent. A higher zone density or different zoning might be needed. Okay, so I don't believe there's a higher density of industrial. So that's interesting, for sure. Let's expand this area out over here. So we would bring this on up.
You're listening to Second Moon, the station for the...
There we go. Something along the lines of that.
More challenging sphere of the
cool.
Classical genre.
There we go. So that'll do for the time being. We'll just bring this straight on in. Getting ourselves a few extra blocks going here. This is not the right angling. There we go.
My
cool.
dear Professor Hornbuckle.
So that's all fine. I don't know what this radio announcer is talking about. So we're appalled about healthcare still. I don't know what they want from us on the healthcare, to be honest. We've got the death care working reasonably fine here. We've got 2 medical clinics. Do they want a hospital? I don't know. We can't unlock a hospital yet. If that's what they want, it's not going to go well. Our education system is amazing, though. Okay. School districts. Okay. Specifically city districts that have schools assigned to them. Fascinating. We can definitely work with that. No doubt about that one. For now, this is going reasonably well. We do still see people moving in here, and we need to zone some additional low-density housing here. There's a lot of demand for low-density housing. I suspect that will transition later to higher-density housing demand, mostly because of that rent system, right? So if the rent gets too high, then they're going to transition into wanting higher-density housing, which means that as the city grows, density will just naturally go up, would be the idea. It's definitely getting dark here.
We'll be back after this.
We're looking for additional police.
We've recently been having what some are calling
I'm pretty sure we're doing fine on the police, though.
Right. Today we are talking about the increased
the industrial areas, that's to be expected, of course. Whoa, what's all this? Weather damage. This structure is being damaged by bad weather.
That gives me the creeps.
That's a wild overstatement.
Just from the rain?
Are you trying to make people panic?
Did you say panic? She said panic. The death rate is
almost looks like wind.
We've got to get out of here.
So I guess we're having like a storm or something.
Up the mess. We'll be back
okay,
after
sure.
this.
It's just kind of moving this direction. I can't really see what's going on, but okay, it went away. Sure. So that must be some sort of like storm damage then. That's okay. Of course, we've still got ground pollution over here. That's fully expected though. We're not surprised about that at all. I do want to get some additional industrial going up here. I think that that is necessary. So let's get another row of industrial blocks going there. Cool. Plenty of open jobs in the industry sector. Indeed. We're just looking for more people to work in those for now. We're at 3,427 population at this moment. That does need to continue to rise. And this is not very space efficient right now, this zoning, right? Because when we look at this and we're just like, that's a lot of low density housing, that's absolutely true. This is very space inefficient at this moment, so there is some of that going on. So this up here is apparently not well suited for residential. Intriguing. But this is well suited for residential. So it's not the commercial then. It's probably to do with just pollution. Pollution is coming this direction. We know that's the way that wind is flowing. So let's take a look at the pollution map again here. It's a little hard to see at night, but it's not that bad as far as the pollution goes for now. Okay, what is this going on over here? Oh, he's just got a flashing light in his tractor. Okay, sure. So many people are getting sick. The city should really look after sick people better. Data is showing that people have been dying more than usual. Yeah, we've been seeing all of these popping up. I don't think we need to build more healthcare, to be honest. I don't think that's the solution here. I suspect it has to do with the ground pollution over here. That's the theory, anyway. We'll see how real that is. But that is the theory. High rent up over here, lack of labor. Yes, those are to be expected. And waiting for a hearse. The hearse should be arriving here pretty soon, though. That looks like it right there. Yep, there it is. Phenomenal. We don't have any major traffic issues, and this all seems fine for the time being. There will be more problems, of course, but for right now, it's relatively okay. We do require some additional low-density residential housing, so less space efficiency. Perfect. Let's build that right up over through here, up until Mulberry Street, which we should really probably rename and keep that idea of the larger ones being avenues and the smaller ones being streets. I do like that idea. But we'll just get a bunch of this residential zoning up here for now. Cool. So that's fine for the moment. The real question now, of course, is how is this going to do for getting jobs up over here? So what kind of labor do they need up here? I'm wondering. Like, what kind of education? They have a lack of labor right now, 20 out of 24 employees. There are 4 open positions, and those are all poorly educated positions. So the question is, are we overeducated? Possibly. We do have good education. Open positions here are too well-educated and too poorly educated. So I don't think that makes a lot of sense then, to just say we're too educated. I think we just lack people. I think that that's what it comes down to. Yeah, they're still upset about pollution. That's to be expected. Let's check in on the pollution situation over here. Yeah, this is definitely shrinking. I don't know how frequently it's updating, but it's definitely shrinking. It's definitely improving. So it's only a matter of time then. That's fine. We can ignore this until then. I do think that the pollution is also the reason why people are apparently getting sick. I don't think this has anything to do with healthcare. We've got 70 deaths per month. Our handling capacity is 108 per month, so that's no problem. Our healthcare availability, our average health is 62%. Do we need to upgrade our medical clinics, perhaps? Additional ambulances or additional space for more patients. That doesn't really do the trick. Okay. So what I would be looking for there is increasing like the efficiency here or increasing like the chance of healing. I'm not sure exactly how that works under the hood. But we don't have a problem with needing more treatable patients. We don't have a problem with picking up patients. In general, I think that our problem is broadly pollution. There's Tiny Town. We can open up the progression panel here, and we can think about potentially unlocking the hospital, providing both basic healthcare as well as specialized treatment. So it might be that we're lacking specialized treatment. Let's unlock the hospital. That's probably going to be huge, if I have to guess. And we'll see where we want to put that. For the time being, what else would we think that we need? The welfare office provides financial support for low-income citizens. Interesting. For now, let's just grab, I think, water treatment plant, just in case we end up needing it. And then we've got one development point left. We can grab the emergency battery station. That'll be fine for now. I do want to look into the hospital. That costs $1.8 million with the upkeep of $775,000 per month. So that's going to be a lot. And as expected, it is absolutely ginormous. So it would need to go somewhere like down here. I don't love the positioning, and I don't love how expensive it would be. I'm going to build it, but I'm going to demolish this medical facility. I don't believe it's necessary, and I think that we'll be better off having the hospital over here than having the clinic over here. So that means that we could put in things like a trauma center and stuff like that, but okay, that's really expensive. I don't think we can afford the hospital right now. We don't get back all of the money from it, but I don't think we can afford it. I really, really don't. So we're going to put this guy back up over here, and we're just going to pretend we never did that. It's not efficient, but it's fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.